Hello, welcome to Trader.tv. My name is Robert Sievers. Today we're here with a special guest, Paid from pennystockspaid.com. How are you doing today, Paid?
Good, good. I'm doing good.
Excellent. All right, well, give me 1 second. It looks like we're having a little bit of some technical issues encore, still having them. Okay, well, here we go. So my first question basically to you is when did you first become interested in the financial markets?
It was 2008 when I lost my job as a flight instructor. I didn't lose my job. I just, it was not a lot of opportunity in that field anymore. There was just, the economy is going crap, and it was difficult to make an income flight instructing, and it was tough. It was tough, and it was 2008. About how many years is that? 8 years ago. 8 years ago. Yeah.
Okay, and then let's see. Yeah, you talked a little bit about what you did kind of before you started trading when you were the flight instructor. How do you think that helped you prepare for first of all day trading and second of all setting up pennystockspaid.com?
First off, flight instructing and being a pilot, everything around being a pilot revolves around safety and a plan.
Hmm.
You get up in the air, you go to the plane, you do a pre-flight checklist, and then your pre-takeoff checklist, and then a takeoff checklist. So you definitely got to plan like every single minute or two. There's something you need to do to get from A to B. You don't just pick up the plane, turn on the key like you do a car, and then you go from A to B. There's a certain amount of planning. You check the weather, check the oil, check the fuel. Maybe you got water in there. So it definitely got me to think of planning and having constantly a plan in which 90% of traders, I think they just show up and they just don't know anything that they're doing. They'll say they'll just buy something and make money on it, which is not how it works. You have to have a plan. And so that's kind of like my number one thing that helped me, from flight instructing to, being a pilot to trading, was a plan. And number two was safety. You don't want to blow up and live under a bridge. I don't want to live under a bridge. I would not want to be a homeless guy. I were to lose everything on a trade. And a lot of people, some of the best top traders eventually, blow up at least once or twice. So definitely safety um, was my number two, which really helped me a lot. I stayed steady and safe, and I stayed enough to eat, and I still do whatever I want to do. I always wanted to do whatever I wanted to do. Even when I flight instructor, I had a boss. I got into flying because I thought I was gonna be like, take off the plane and be free to go, up in the air and do whatever I wanted to do. And then I
Mhm.
got to piloting, and I'm like, wait a minute, this guy's telling me to go A to B, and I can't do anything I want. So I'm like, this is not what I signed up for. So I was like, I want to be kind of like my own boss. I want to do whatever I want to do. I want to get in, make my money, and go on with my life. I want to travel. I want to see the world, explore. So this is the thing. This is why I set up. I was like, I have to do my own business because otherwise, I'll be working for somebody else all my life, and they can fire me at any minute. I'm like, nobody can fire me. Who can fire me? I mean,
You're just trying to escape
that's
from living underneath that bridge.
yeah, yeah. I don't
I
wanna. I don't wanna live. I don't wanna live under a rock, and the rock being the boss, and have him control my destiny. I want to control my own destiny with my choices.
Yeah, I totally understand you, and it sounds like now you're doing well. You've succeeded kind of in that. It sounds like you kind of have a couple different nice destinations that you hop around from. I know I checked out your site,
Yeah.
pennystockspaid.com, and it seems like there is a little bit of a traveling section. And me being a traveling buff, obviously I could appreciate that a little bit. And so it looks like yeah, you're currently staying. I mean, not currently at the moment, but you have a nice little house in Hawaii, and I think we were talking about it before earlier. A nice little one.
Florida and in
Exactly, in
Europe.
Florida as well, in Europe. So, I
I'm
think you've
I'm
escaped the
multi-citizen
bridge.
of the States and Europe, so it's like whenever I want to go, I just go there. They can't kick me out of anywhere. So if there's a war coming here, which I don't know if we might. I'm like, forget this. I'll just swim across. The Americans let me back in. So kind of like Europe here, Florida here, and Hawaii there. So I kind of wanted to do all around the world kind of traveling thing. Because I love flying. I love flying. So I just get in a plane and just go. You know.
Okay. Well, I guess we should probably get back more to the topic of trading, and I'd love to keep talking about traveling for the rest of the interview, but I think our
Yeah.
viewers would prefer that we talk a little bit more about the financial aspects of your life and of your website, of course. Um, so one of the things what I wanted to ask you is why did you decide to make the change? You told me that you were looking for that freedom, and also that you didn't want to be living under the bridge, but why did you choose penny stocks in particular?
Because that's the only way I would have made any money because I am actually really good at math, first off.
Okay.
So to me, numbers was like whatever. I've been in a competition since I was 10 years old. I went into like national competition at like 10 or 9 years old, and I came like second place. And also, I was playing chess.
Okay.
Like all my friends when I was little, they were out, with girls, going out buying beers. No, I was out in the park with my little bag of chess pieces, and I was playing with like 55-year-olds on the bench on a Saturday or Sunday afternoon. So, all that planning thing already synced in my head. I guess I was more mature for my age. I was not doing the regular things people do. I was playing chess and I was doing math, and I'm like, oh, this is pretty good. I gotta plan my move, buy and sell. All right, I got numbers. I can immediately calculate 10%, 5%, 8%, and kind of, you know, and also like with practice, you get better and better at it. So kind of like trading, kind of, was like a perfect fit for
Yeah, it was
me.
a natural fit. You already had a little bit of the strategy aspect from playing chess, and obviously the mathematical calculations from doing your competitions or
Yeah,
for doing the math.
like right now, I know we're conversating in like a conversation here with me telling you about me, but I was not, I was a quiet guy in my 18-ish. And, I was also, I went to the States and, I was not, I'm not born in the States, and I had to adapt to, American lifestyle. So I was really quiet in the beginning. I'm not a talkative guy. I'm more like, people when they first sign up, they're like, I know you don't say many words. And I'm like, I know I don't say many words because those were my skills. I kind of get in the plane, put two, push two buttons or five or 10 or whatever and fly the plane, and I play chess, and then I look at numbers and math. So I'm not like a talkative person. I'm more like, I want to see results. So sometimes through my trading, you get to see like these 20, 30% trades that, nobody else does. And they're like, did he really do that trade? And I'm like, yeah, really did that trade. And you're like, how is that possible? And then, you look at it and I'm like, I did it because, through practice and experience, you eventually get these trades. Let me get you my trading log real quick.
Okay. Yeah, and
Uh,
for those of you who are watching, you can obviously tell that today's interview is a little bit different. We're doing the screen share. So yeah, I was hoping at some point, you could give us a little bit of a tour of your website, but also kind of maybe tell us a little bit about some of the software that you use for trading and kind of, explain where some of the news comes from, where you see some of like the tickers going, how you do, what kind of charting software you use, maybe a couple of the different indicators that you use. Just a couple different
yeah,
for
sure.
things that
Yeah.
I'd like to talk about.
Like, like you can see, this is a trading log I had since 2010. I actually logged every single trade because, if you don't see the man's trades, you don't know if to sign up or not.
Of course.
So I kind of logged, and I have some really good, like 30%. Like, it's hard. I'm telling you, whoever you sign up to get 20, 30%, on like at least half of their trades or a third of their trades, you're like, you got a gold mine there. So,
Of course.
I didn't need to advertise. I already made my money. So I was like, I did not look at this aspect of my business. But then, I didn't trade as much, and the market kind of, there were no OTCs to trade, and I had to trade NASDAQs and ADAPs. So, I'm kind of making myself a rounded person. And also, 2000 and what was it? I had a really good year in 2000. Here we go. In 2015, always,
Wow.
in February. Yeah, these are,
Yeah, you
trades
see
that
trades for like
I
14,000
do.
and
And, I had income of, 3 digits
wow.
in like, in like a couple of months. I took 3 months vacation and I think I blew 100K traveling around the world in 120-day cruising.
Wow.
So you're like, how did I not hear of you? Because basically, I travel. I blow it a lot of my money in property and traveling and you know and property. Yeah, I'm safe. I'm safe. A pilot. Safe. Safety. Safety. That's what I aim for. I don't want to live under a bridge. I don't want people to laugh at me that I blew up and I have no money to my name. So safety is first.
I got you. Do you? So yeah, we were talking about it. I mean, you were just kind of briefly explaining it right now, but I wanted to kind of know what other assets you trade, and also if you teach them on pennystockspay.com, because you said, for example, like I think in the beginning of this year it was, early February or January and February. Obviously we were having some problems with the markets, and they were kind of, it was extremely bearish. And so you said that you started to trade maybe some blue chips as well. So do you teach strategy for trading blue chips as well on penny stocks paid, or is it strictly penny stocks?
Blue chips. You mean
Or so yeah,
you
so
mean stocks like fifty
things
dollars or over
things that
ten
aren't
dollars?
OTC, I guess I should have said, not blue chips. Like
Oh
trading on the
yeah,
New
of
York Stock
course, of
Exchange
course.
and
Like for example, CLRB just did red green on this $4 cross, and I had people in the chat that bought it at 396 and flipped it to 430.
not
For
bad.
like right here, sold at another flipper.
Yeah.
Flipping 5% of a $4 stock. These are trades I really encourage to do. And I
Okay.
even tweeted this stock. So yes, yes, I do teach and trade Nasdaqs, but I made a lot of money in OTC trading,
Okay.
and I have adapted to trade Nasdaqs as well. So you can't just jump into Nasdaqs overnight. It just doesn't happen like that. You have to buy educational materials, sit down, study them, and study red green. And the biggest part of my problem is that I was not trading the most active highly gainers of over like 10%, 15%, or whatever. I was just trading a 52-week breakout of stocks nobody cares about. You want stocks everybody cares about and everybody watches. You don't want to trade just because it's breaking 52 high. Nobody cares.
Hmm.
you know so that's definitely as an aspect of trading that I've begun to to look at. Like for example, this one was in my radar. A red to green. It goes from red on the day to green on the day.
Hmm.
It passes a key element, which was 360, and it just spiked all the way to 470. I mean, that must be some profit there. Even if you had a $2,000 account, even if you have $1,000 account, I can see this as a profitable trade,
Yeah. So
no
can
matter how
you?
you.
Yeah, no, I definitely get what you're trying to say. But while we have some of your charts up, do you think you could explain a little bit about your basic strategy, about how you not only find the different stocks to trade, but also about how you can find entry points and exit points? Just, I mean, while we had the chart up there.
I'm mostly a technical trader.
Okay.
I never used a 2 minute chart. This is not a random chart. And
Okay.
this 13 EMA, this is not random at all. I use the 13 EMA very well. So I've gone into a lot of exploring different resistance support. And as you can see now, just now, you were wondering where should I buy, where should my stop be?
Yeah.
You can see how it pulled right now to the 13 EMA right now on the yellow line, and
Yeah.
it's potentially going to break out.
Okay.
So, this 13 EMA has helped me a lot trading this intraday.
Okay.
This 13 EMA on the 2 minute has helped me a lot. And I've looked at 1 minute, 3 minute, 4 minute, 5 minute, 10 EMA, 20 EMA, 30 EMA. But this is the only way I was able to truly understand like under and over this 13 EMA. And also, red to green things,
Yeah, your
things that are hot on
candlesticks.
Monday and now they're things that are hot on Friday and now they're hot on Monday. These things tend to continue the momentum continues the next week or so. So
Okay.
there were definitely. How do I find stocks to trade? I have a separate. I use equity feed a lot,
Okay.
and I've been messing around. Like right now, it is trying to break to new highs, as you can see.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a possible. I would not buy a stock up 34%, but I think it'll likely fade from here.
Yeah.
So this is probably this is likely to set higher. This is a high, this is a low, and this is a higher low. So it's definitely setting right now, as you can see the red. Let me see if I can put this a little. So it's definitely setting a high, a low, a lower high, and then you're gonna have a lower low. So it's definitely the trend is changing just by looking at this chart. So definitely those things help me trade Nasdaqs as well.
Okay.
Those key indicator, right? And we're also trading, this is 10:30 a.m. They're not, usually they gap up. They usually move the first 30 minutes to an hour of the day.
Of course.
And the other 30 minutes of the day, the other like midday, it can just, flop on you and go red. The momentum shifts, as soon as it getting as soon as the trend changes. So this trend thing on the 2-minute chart really helped me out a lot to predict these highly volatile Nasdaq trading. So how do I find them? Through equity feed. I
Okay.
have I scan each day, and I don't have actually equity feed right now. As you can see, it's likely going to break this low here. Like I said, it's going to build a lower, lower low here.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah, I
yeah,
see the
it's
bottom of the red candlestick. I got you. It's gonna
yeah,
go a
it
little bit
might
lower than
break
that.
this 442,
Okay.
so it's definitely this is a potential short, not a long anymore, as it's
Okay.
breaking below this 13 EMA thing. So just things like that really helped me out in Nasdaq trading that I never needed to do in OTC trading. Like for example, in stocks like INNV, I looked at clear breakout points. Like for example, I even bought this stock on Friday. If you look at INNV, I put it on Friday scans. I saw this breakout here. These are stocks that are trading at least $400,000 on a daily.
Okay.
So 400,000. These are not illiquid stocks. I know I don't recommend more than 1 to 2 to 3% of the overall volume. You have a 52-week breakout here of 21 cents. And I put it on scans. I saw it was developing a lot of volume, and that's when things get interesting. And on Friday, this on Friday I bought this stock on right here on actually the dip, and I could have bought it right at the open, but I did not buy it at the open. So it opened at 22 cents,
Mm-hmm.
spiked up to 33, and then I bought it right here at
Okay.
25-ish, and
Nice.
I pretty much put a 23 stop loss because I said, hey, it opened at like 22. It can go below 22, so I kind of was risking 3 cents, 2 cents. So it's all about risk management. Risking 2 cents to make potentially 6 cents or 8 cents. Actually, from 25 to 36 is kind of like 10 cents.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like risk reward. And I was like, hey, this is not going to go red on the day. If it is, I'll just lose 2 cents. So that
Okay.
was kind of my bet. And then on Friday, it pretty much spiked to 38 cents. So these are very liquid stocks. These are not pump and dumps. I'm not moving them. My buyers don't care. I'm sure, I'm not moving the stock. They're trading $500,000. I'm not,
Yeah.
trying to manipulate the market. I'm just, managing risk on my account,
Okay.
you know.
All right. Well, my next question is on your About Me. It basically says that you turned $5,000 into $850,000. First of all, let me just say congratulations for that, because that was, I think, over the span of 5 years. So that's quite a
Yes,
good return.
yes, yes,
2010
yes.
to
The taxes is
2015.
really high.
I can imagine, yeah, that your taxes for those couple of years were not fun to pay. But yeah, my question is basically the same kind of strategy that you use to make that money. Is that the same exact strategy that you teach to your students? Is that the same one that you've been
Yes,
developing over time? Okay,
yes,
excellent.
yes, yes. The OTC market has been, they come and go, but the Nasdaq's always stay. So yes, with yes, if on when was it? When it was the marijuana boom, MGNA, hemp, and all these stocks,
Yeah, when marijuana
that's
started to
when
get
a lot of
legalized.
money. That's when a lot of my money was made
Okay.
in what was it? 2000. I don't even remember what year was it. Was it 2014? I don't remember. It was yeah, I think it was. Yes, yes, there it is. You guys can,
Yeah,
ERBB,
GRNH.
yeah, GRNH,
Yeah,
hemp,
hemp.
pot.
Yeah,
I made 15 grand on pot in
that's
March 2015. So, I was like, forget this. I'm taking 3 months vacation. I'm out, and I cruised 120 days. I'm not gonna lie. 30 days in the Mediterranean Sea, 30 days to Hawaii, Polynesian, 30 days to, what was it? Um, Australia and
you said like
Fiji,
the
30
Maldives
days,
or
North
Maldives.
Europe. So you got to understand, like, this is kind of like what kind of trading that I've been doing. And you're looking at it, you're like, is this real? Like, yeah, 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 I did those trades. I'm like, yeah, I put it in property, I put it in cars. I have 2 cars, 3 properties, and I trade them and I alert them. I alert them as I buy them.
Okay.
And
And
you're
then
looking at it, is this for real? Yeah, yeah, I did this. I did this.
is this paper that you have up right now, is that accessible on your website as well?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes. You can click on the trading log, and I post my trading log each week,
Okay.
and what I do and what I trade and how I trade them. And it looks like CLRB kind of did a base here for 43. So yeah, I post all the stocks that I do trade on my website, and I alert them through text and email. Yeah, pretty much everything that I do. I kind of I have. It's very affordable. My plans are really affordable. It's not, I'm not trying to, rob people an arm and a leg.
Oh, I saw
It's
that. I mean,
a hundred.
compared.
It's under $100. It depends on what you want. You want to hang out in the chat. By the way, this is a new updated chat. It's it doesn't have any spam. Just a normal clean chat, and that a lot of other services use as well. So depending on what you want, you want me to trade, you would just want to be in chat, or you want me to trade in chat. So and then I got the blog that I sometimes put it in free, I sometimes take it off. It like depends on like how I'm obviously giving a lot of stuff for free is awesome, but
Yeah.
I I kind of don't know the balance between how much they give and how much they not give. If you give too much, you're like, you're too dumb for teaching and giving so much stuff away for free. If you don't give anything, they don't care. So it's
Yeah.
like, I kind of try to keep a balance. Sometimes I put them, sometimes I don't. So it's kind of, and these are, how the scans work out. I try to put the overall market,
Okay.
my position, uh, where my stop is, and you can see how I actually bought in the 25ish. I put my position and pretty much hit 36ish, 36.7ish, which was INV, and as well as Fannie Mae that I was long on this $2 breakout.
Okay.
And these do happen, and you're looking at them, you're like, hey, this is like a 5, 7%, 10% mover. And I'm like, yeah, it's there and it's liquid, and you can put a lot of money in it. And what people do, they once they realize what I'm doing, they capitalize their money on these key trades, and then you have some guy on Profitly, for example, that made like 50 grand on a trade like this,
Yeah.
or 40 grand on a trade like this. So you gotta appreciate the quality more than the quantity kind of thing.
Oh, of course. I mean, it's important to be
Gotta
consistent and
yeah, yeah, yeah. They don't happen as much as I would like to, but you gotta recognize them, and that's why I'm here to recognize them and point them out, and have you profit for them, and don't trade crap stocks. A lot of people trade crap stocks. They are probably illiquid, and there's nothing to do with them, and they keep trying because they're like, oh, I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna do better. I'm like, yeah, yeah. You go do your mistakes. It's going to cost you, but that's the only way you're going to learn. Don't listen to me. Go do them. Come back. Maybe you have a better strategy than I do. Then we should talk. So it's kind of like that, So, you can see CLRB kind of went like red to green and hit, and these
yeah.
charts they have on here, I kind of kind of have the overall feel of the market, and I keep them separate. They auto update every single day, and as well as the OTCs that are here,
Okay.
and also, as you can see, this is like another stock that I'm long in the 197-ish range with a 195 stop. I was risking 2 cents to make, and now I'm like up like 10 cents. So, managing risk, and putting a stop, and yeah, it's a very profitable business model. To I kind of try to be perfect each and every month, but you do your best each and every day and
Of course.
see how it goes. And it's been well. I'm positive. I'm positive on the year. I travel the world. I'm free. I don't have a boss. I don't have nothing to worry about. My bills, everything's paid. So, and I kind of just enjoy life. I was always wanting to be happy and free to do everything that I wanted to do. And also, that you got pumps that are pumped
Okay.
by emails and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and
Okay.
you also have sometimes people trade sub pennies. I don't know,
Wow.
and I put them on there. Why not? Because they might go to like a penny, from like 0.001 to like a penny.
Hmm.
That it happened. It happened. So why shouldn't I put it on there? It
Of
happened,
course.
even though they're really low priced. Yeah.
So my next question is going to be basically, how did you decide to make that transition from just day trading yourself to coming up with the website pennystockspaid.com?
Well, I knew that I needed to stay focused on my website, and I needed to constantly learn. So the only way to learn is kind of like teach others, kind of thing. So I kind of posted everything that I've learned into my YouTube videos, and as
Hmm.
well as my watch list. I'm getting more views on each and every single kind of trade and video that I do.
Hmm.
So I kind of teach myself by teaching others. Kind of like the best learner is the one that teaches the most, kind of like that.
Yeah.
So it keeps me in check each and every day. Obviously, if I had no website, I would probably um, hang out for all week and not do anything, and then wake up. I would not be that motivated. I do every single day the watch list. I watch every single day the stocks, and I try to make the best out of everything. You're not gonna be rich if you don't do it every single day.
Of
It
course.
doesn't happen. You just wake up and you drive a Ferrari. You have to be consistent. You have to watch every single stock every single day, and eventually you notice the opportunities, and they're there. You might count them by your fingers, but with time you recognize them and you can profit from them. They might not you might not see them. You'll see them more quickly, maybe quicker than I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
My next question is, how can users get an idea of your site or of the content that you're trying to teach before they really decide that they want to describe? Like, is there some sort of trial or anything like that?
I have put it on and off the trial. Sometimes I have people just signing up for the trial, and
Okay.
I do have at the bottom of the page a trial. I'll probably put it on and off. I've been busy with the site, kind of. I'm also doing the site. I have like
Okay.
two businesses. One my trading account, and the other the sites.
Of course.
And the other one I have my own life. So
No, you
I
can't
kind
have
of
that.
have to clean and cook and travel and shower and go to the gym, because I can't sit here and be glued to this computer, which I was for the first 3 4 years of my life. So I kind of juggle, and I want to start dating. And the reason why I call myself paid is because I don't want somebody searching my name and finding my picture on the internet, and they're like, oh, let's get married. I'm like, no, no, no. I want to get married a girl that likes me for me. I don't want, I look at all these gurus out there, and they're like, they can't find an honest, non-clingy, non-money-loving girl. And I'm like, I'm not doing that. I want, I'm still single. I'm in my low 30s. I travel the world, and I want to, explore, and not, not come up to anybody and tell them, hey, I got one of these kick-ass websites out there. No, I want people to kind of know me for me, not really, I want, I'm a very spiritual guy. I guess I am kind. Most girls said that I'm really kind. For the most part, all this information, it is free out there.
Yeah, you seem to be a nice guy to me.
The blogs are free. I had girls that did take advantage sometimes of my so-called kindness, but it comes back to haunt them, whatever that is. So I try to empower people to know what to trade and what direction to take. I'm not telling you which direction to take. I'm just letting people know what stocks are moving and how I'm profiting from them, kind of like that.
Okay, awesome. Are there any special features on pennystockspaid.com that you'd kind of like to bring to our attention, or that you're especially proud of at the moment, or you'd like to highlight?
Definitely the blogs and scans. I see people a lot logging in, waking up in the middle of the night and checking out the blogs and scans, and definitely watch my YouTube videos of how I think of the trade in my head, like how to the stocks out there that you can profit from them. They're just they change every single day, and if you're not focusing on the right one, you're not gonna like, for example, if you were focusing on another stock, you would not have taken advantage of this 3 to 450 move. You got to know what's hot. So I kind of focus on what's hot and take advantage of these momentum of stocks that are hot. So definitely seeing the stocks that are hot and the stocks that are tradable and volatile, so you can take advantage of the upside and the downside. Because MGT, for example, is a stock that I did buy in the $2 range, and I even you sign up to my you can see a pop-up where you can sign up to my newsletter. I did sending out that I bought it in the $2 range. You can see how, and I was talking in my video how this $2 range was a consolidation area, and this was a Friday. I bought it in the 118ish, and I flipped it to 240ish. And I took pretty much $3,000 on MGT, just for over a weekend hold. 118 to 240ish, even though the stock went to $5. I mean, I know people that made a ton more than I did. So not only you can profit from the upside of just watching the stocks that I watch, but you can profit on the downside. I saw people made 50 grand shorting, 10,000 shares of MGT, which whatever brokers exist out there that give shares, which they exist, and this trade is possible not only on the upside but on the downside. So
okay,
they happen, they're there, and I try to find them earlier than everybody else.
I got you. So yeah, so the scanner especially, and the blog as well, because it says a lot of the stocks that you're looking at. So those are a couple of the things that you'd like to highlight. I mean, there's a couple of things that I just saw too. Like there was the secret to happiness is penny stocks, something I think on your blog as well. The rules of penny stocks trading, a must-read guide. So there's a lot of information that was up there for free as well. So I mean, I highly recommend that people check that out.
Yeah,
and
this was guide when I was going through the grind.
Okay.
It was a big, like, the first 3 years I was in the grind. I was like, I needed a set of rules to have every single day to not lose money, because otherwise the market will do whatever it wants with you, and it doesn't care. You need to, don't let the market tell you what to do. Don't let the market influence your emotions. Just get in, get out, and run. That's what I'm telling you. Get in, get out, and run. And look at your bank account as exponentially grows, and be happy. It says positive, and it keeps going up. And so these are the rules, like even like emotional rules, like family things. Like I had no idea. Like if my girlfriend broke up with me, or I had a bad time dating somebody, it affects your trading. And if you're tired, it affects your trading. If you went out last night and you drank till the whole bar, it affects your trading. Every single choice you make each and every day affects your trading. So if you don't respect the rules that I put together, these are rules kind of for myself. I'm not telling you to respect the rules. These are kind of like what I've discovered. And I put a couple of other ones. How to think, and free websites to follow. and this is, I had a couple of questions here. So definitely I put, some information to get you, the right, just the right mindset to kind of be a trader, because, working out is kind of like, going to the losing weight, kind of like, working out. Yeah. Trading is kind of like, putting a set mindset towards achieving a goal, kind of like you're going to the gym to lose weight.
Hmm.
So, you kind of have to plan how often you go, what exercises to do,
Yeah.
what to eat, when to sleep, when to drink, when to go out with friends. You have to plan your whole entire life, kind of, and to be, balanced through the ups and through the downs of, trading. And also, this was my college essay, actually. I actually have 2 degrees, one in finance, the other one in just general associates. I have 2 degrees that I did, online. That's how I got interested in stocks, to tell you the truth. I
Okay.
took finance major, and I had a pretty much a class that was talking about stocks. That's
Okay.
exactly how it was. I had a class. Yeah, that's exactly how it was. I went to uh, yeah, yeah, and then I started researching about stocks
Okay.
online. Yeah.
Awesome.
So this was, this is kind of like, my first so-called girlfriend, which was kind of an exotic dancer.
Okay.
So she was blonde, so she probably looked like this. So this is kind of me with a lot of money. So I was picturing it before it happened. So this was me with a lot of money. Too bad that, it didn't work out. She was like not after me. So I did date something like this. Yes, I did date in the past. But the thing is, that's what I wanted. I wanted like a really hot blonde. And I got a really hot blonde. The problem is it's not the marrying type blonde. You know what I mean? It's not.
So that's
You
why
don't
you
want to marry.
decided to make the
Yeah,
change to kind of disguise your name and go for paid.
yeah, yeah.
No,
So
it's a good
this
reason
was
to do it, I think, I mean, there's
this
good
was
reasons and
my
there's bad
idea. Like,
reasons, and I think that's a good one.
yeah, I was in college. I was dreaming money and skinny, blonde, pretty girls.
I
That's what I was
gotcha.
thinking about. And I got there really fast. I got there really fast. And then I was like, hey, I don't want anybody to kind of know, anything about me. I just, want to, do this, provide certain, direction towards the people that are, looking to, trade a smaller to medium account, like a
Hmm.
starting direction,
Yeah, like a normal
a
retail investor.
realistic way of looking at the market with, an actual, with facts.
Okay.
I'm not, I have a trading log. I have people in the chat. I talk about them, why and how, and give explanations of reading charts and why and each and everything happened. And I had people like this guy Vincent in the marijuana boom. He made 100,000.
Wow.
This guy is real. This guy is real. He's that's odd. He's in chat. So he made 100 grand. He pretty much sent to my home address. I was drinking Johnny Walker. He sent me a $300 bottle of Johnny Walker,
Wow.
the most expensive one, the blue one. So he was like, yeah, 100K. There you go. I'm a man of my word. I'm sending you a bottle. And I'm like, wow, bro, I really appreciate, people like this. That's why I have him there. So
Okay.
they're real. They do exist.
So you guys have a
And
little like penny trade or penny stock trading community going on, It's
yes,
more than just
yes,
an
yes. And
educational website. It's almost all
yes.
inclusive, You have a little club going on.
Yes, yes, and these are, my Instagram. Every place that I go, I make a picture.
Okay.
I was in Vegas. I was visiting my friend. Actually, these are Vegas pictures. I was visiting my friend. How he just moved up to like, a jet airline
Wow.
after 5 years of flight instructing for $1,500 a month. So I'm like looking at him. He's like tired from working, 24-hour shifts
I bet.
of flight instructing little 22-year-olds all around Vegas. So, and I'm like telling him how I pretty much went around the world twice, went on 120 days cruising, and I don't know if I'm bragging or
No, you're just trying to get some more students,
So I'm
encourage
glad
them
I'm
to
not.
make the change as well. And I totally understand what you're going for. Unfortunately, though, we are starting to run out of time.
Yes,
So if
yes,
there's anything
yes.
else that you kind of wanted to bring up or share with us about any of your other blog posts or any other sort of I mean, I saw some of like the member content, for example, includes like the stock fetcher scans, equity feed setup, the rules of penny stock trading. Those were just a couple of the different features that I saw
Oh
that looked like
yes,
they were.
yes, yes. I use Equity Feed. Equity Feed has at the end of the day, you can set up your end of the day scanner,
Hmm.
and it's free. So you pretty much load it at the end of the night, and my excuse me, my scans really did change.
Okay.
They're a lot more stricter right now. Like right now, my Nasdaqs have changed a bit. They're over 13% and they're over 5 million in dollar volume.
Okay.
And I don't look
Wow.
for losers and I don't look for 52-week highs. So I had, this blog was probably made last year in June. So I kind of went through I didn't know what to focus on. I was kind of looking at a very broad area
Hmm.
in which, if you pull 8% of 100K volume of any NASDAQ, it comes out to like 752 stocks. So,
So
so
that's
you
quite a
got to
long
understand.
list.
That's quite a list. So
Yeah.
so you don't see CLRB. So I was my mind was all fogged up with 750 stocks. So I kind of, did not trade as much as you can see in the first couple of months.
Hmm.
And here I was, trading very small price OTCs, which was not going my way. You gotta adapt. So therefore, that was my problem. That's I still trade OTCs perfectly.
Hmm.
I do really good on OTCs, like my Fannie Mae and INNV and the other stock that pretty much went from this stock that I pretty much bought in 52 cents UPLMQ and hit 80 cents,
Wow.
just on Friday. These do happen. I do nail these, but they come rarely. Some come, sometimes they come, sometimes others. So I have to trade the Nasdaqs.
Okay.
So that's kind of how everything goes. This is you can sign up through Equity Feed and watch this video, and it'll tell you how to set them up at the end of the day. And I also have the free websites I follow, and also just click on my blog. Even though they might be 7 days delayed, you can pretty much see the hottest stocks in the last couple of weeks. Penny stocks under five,
Okay.
definitely.
Awesome. Well, Paid,
Yes.
unfortunately, we are running out of time for today. But I really appreciate you coming on Trader TV and doing the interview. And it was kind of a nice change to have you kind of show us your website and show us some of your charting software and kind of how you set up the trades. And so I really appreciate you coming on today on Trader TV. And I'd love to actually see maybe if you get the chance to do I don't know, maybe a show or stream some content live to Trader TV at some point. We could talk about that a little bit later, but yeah, unfortunately, it's all the time that we have for today. So thank you very much for joining us today. And yeah, I hope that you keep doing well in your stocks and you keep buying more properties and not living
Yeah,
under
yeah. What
bridges.
they can do, they can hop onto my site and sign up for a free newsletter, and
Okay.
I'll keep you updated. I give sometimes free alerts. Like my MGT that went from 2 to 5,
Mm-hmm.
I gave that out free to all my list. I
Oh
actually
yeah.
pay money to send emails, and it doesn't cost you anything. You're gonna see a pop up here. And just sign up. Just keep tabs on what stocks are hot. I'll pretty much show you a couple of them, and you'll love them. Not only like them, you'll love them.
All right. Well, I'll check them out, and I hope a couple of our viewers do too. But
Yeah.
yeah, thank you very much, Paid, and I hope you have a good day.
Thank you.
See ya.
Bye.
All right. Thank you again for joining us. That was Paid with pennystockspaid.com. Yeah, I highly recommend that you check out his newsletter or his blog, and there's a lot of free content up there. And then you can get an idea of whether you'd like to get some of his alerts through the membership program as well. So that's going to be our show for today. Thank you very, very much for joining us. I wish you the best of luck with your trading and your trading education. Have a nice day.